Eagle standards glitter in noon light as Rome commands continents. Grain fleets choke the Tiber, legions pace borders measured in months. Yet beneath the thunder of triumph, a hairline crack spreads. What shatters a world convinced it cannot break? Under Trajan, the map blooms crimson from Britannia to the sands of Arabia. 60 million souls, 9,000 kilometers of roads, law traveling faster than rumor. A single senate claims the world's obedience and its taxes. The peak hums like a vast machine. A forest swallows 3 eagles. Rain hisses on spears, screams vanish into moss. At Teutoburg, ambush turns triumph to terror. Victories can be erased in a day, and borders can bleed faster than messengers can ride. Before marble and thunder, a cluster of huts on 7 hills. River fog, wolf legends, and farmers with iron wills. Fear of kingship burns into their laws. Ambition becomes a civic sport. The seed of an empire is sown in stubborn soil. 2 consuls share power. A senate debates. Citizens vote in assemblies. Checks restrain appetites, or try to. Discipline, duty, and suspicion of tyrants forge a republic where glory is earned in courts and camps alike. Wars with the Samnites harden Rome. The manipular legion learns to bend like a blade. Stone roads bite into hills. Treaties knit allies with a promise of citizenship. By mastering Italy, Rome discovers the blueprint of empire.
Hannibal crests a white world. Elephants steam in the cold. Men stumble through knives of wind. At Cannae, he folds a nation into its own fear, and Rome keels, but does not drown. Resilience whispers beneath the panic. Scipio sails to Africa, draws Hannibal to Zama, and shatters him with Roman innovation. Carthage's fate is sealed. The sea turns Latin. Victory tastes of ash and bronze, and wealth begins to flood the forum. Conquest pours silver and slaves into Italy. Estates swallow small farms. Grain is power, and street violence answers reform. The Gracchi brothers plead for land and law. Daggers reply. The Republic learns to kill its own debate. Armies learn to love generals more than the state. Marius opens ranks to the poor. Sulla marches on Rome itself. Prescriptions nail names to doom on public boards. The Constitution, once granite, begins to crack. Spartacus shatters chains, and the peninsula burns. Along the Appian Way, crosses line the road like thorns, a message written in wood and silence. The Republic's confidence flickers in the torchlight. In a winter rain, a general faces a narrow river and a wider taboo. The die is cast. Caesar steps across the Rubicon and into civil war, trading legality for momentum. Rome watches its laws sprint to catch up with power.
A crown by any other name. Caesar reshapes calendars and debts. Senators see monarchy in the mirror. On the Ides, knives find him beneath painted skies. The Republic wakes to fresh blood on ancestral stones. From murder blooms a duel. Antony charms the east. Octavian sharpens the west. At Actium, oars bite foam as Cleopatra's sails flash and flee. The Republic exhales its last. One man steps into the vacuum. He calls it peace, and it largely is. Augustus trims the Senate, tames the legions, taxes with care, and wraps autocracy in republican words. He bricks the machine with marble and makes stability a spectacle. Aqueducts stride valleys, arches swapping gravity for grace. Couriers change horses at Mansiones, contracts cross deserts, and law travels in Latin. The empire becomes logistics perfected, security paid forward in stone and habit. In Bath, steam wreathes a shrine. In Alexandria, grain mountains feed cities. In Antioch, caravans pour spices. In Numidia, cavalry drill under a dry sun. Provinces wear Rome differently, but the rhythm binds them. Power grows eccentric.
Tiberius broods on a cliff. Caligula crowns his horse. Nero watches flames gild his palace. The Flavians rebuild, throw games, and then a mountain splits the sky over Pompeii. Spectacle shadows fragility. Trajan drives the frontiers outward. Dacia falls, its gold flows, and a spiraling column writes victory into stone. The markets hum beneath terraces of brick. The world's largest city believes its expansion has no ceiling.
Hadrian turns from conquest to contour. A wall rides the moors, mile castles punctuating fog. He tours provinces like a gardener pruning empire to shape. Under Antoninus Pius, prosperity thickens like summer air. On the Danube, Marcus Aurelius writes philosophy between alarms. The Antonine Plague rides trade routes, thinning ranks and fields alike. Storms gather where the map was once serene. Resilience must learn a new cadence. A century convulses. Coins turn brassy, borders tear, emperors fall like autumn leaves. Palmyra crowns Zenobia. Aurelian hammers the world back together and belts Rome in brick. Order returns, thinner, watchful. Diocletian splits power like a surgeon. 4 rulers, fixed capitals, taxes counted to the last grain. Prices are frozen on plaster, edicts bite hard. It works until it doesn't. The state survives by shedding skin. In this sign, conquer. Constantine rides to the Milvian bridge and wins a world, then founds a new Rome where 2 seas meet. A cross shares the stage with the eagle. Theodosius makes creed into law. After him, one empire wears 2 crowns. Goths, once auxiliaries, become arbiters as Adrianople's embers teach humility. Borders now negotiate as much as they repel. The unthinkable arrives with method. Alaric circles, bargains, starves, and enters. Marble shatters, doors fly wide. Rome learns it is mortal. Vandals seize Africa's grain. Hunger weighs more than patriotism. Diplomacy becomes heroism.
At Ravenna, a boy king yields. Odoacer sends the West's insignia eastward. A title dies, a habit endures. Senators still meet, bishops arbitrate, farmers sow. The empire ends by becoming ordinary life in older clothing. Yet Rome does not vanish, it changes tense. Justinian distills law, Latin seeds universities, roads become Europe's arteries, and crowns chase the dream of universal rule. If power is memory organized, whose memory are we still carrying?